Bai was accepted as a disciple to become an immortal in the Immortal Realm. Although he soon discovered that his chosen walk doubled the power of anything he put in it, he would lose some lifespan when he did. Fast forward 5 years later, and 5 had become the youngest patriarch of the Spirit Stream sector and the Bloodlord of the Bloodstream sector. After leading the two sectors to victory in a war against the Profound Dream sector, he was granted the role of patriarch of the newly formed sector. 5's legacy has lasted for thousands of years. The newly formed sector begins a war against the Sky River Court, and Bai uses every bit of power he has to break through their mountain gate. Bai and the others manage to destroy two very important arrays once they are inside. Bai returns to find that Elder Za has died. The story continues as we once again see how Tong has defeated the spirit-tailed bird. Bai finds that Za has been defeated almost immediately after arriving. Zhao uses his final words to offer Bai advice, who is at a complete loss. As she will help him rescue Za, Tong warned Bai to stay away, but Bai begged for him to hold on as he attempted to rescue Za. Za asked Tong to stop, revealing that it was a trap and Tong was using him as bait to lure him there. Bai explained that Za's healing was the most important thing, regardless of whether or not it was a trap. A voice could be heard in the distance, explaining that Za's meridians had all been severed and it would be interesting to see how Bai planned to save him. Tong told Bai not to worry and said she would help him rescue Za. Despite not going well, Bai continues his efforts to save Za. He attempts a different technique using Blood Key and tells Za to hold on, as the twin array has been destroyed and they are close to winning the war. Loud noises can be heard in the distance and Bai explains it is the call for their main offensive, as the Patriarch has sent the order and all Foundation establishment forces are advancing. Since Bai was the young Patriarch, Tong spoke from a distance once again, stating that she would allow him to say his goodbyes with dignity. If he were to die quickly, he wouldn't have time to say much. Za had sadly passed away and was laid to rest along with his loyal spirit-tailed bird, towards the Sky Banyan tree. Although he spoke, no one listened. Bai was so angry that he swore to get revenge on his grandfather's killer. One to pay for his crime with blood. Tong was not affected by the threat as she planned to have Bai accompany her in death and attacked him. Bai's rage propelled him past her attack as he proclaimed that he would do everything to kill her right now. Their attacks were extremely evenly matched, but Tong was surprised to see Bai's body refinement technique and he took the advantage. Tong was horrified to see that Bai intended to kill her, despite the damage it would do to his own rank. Bai was the only one who had to pay for his crime with blood, while Tong and the two of them were left unharmed. 8-inch Tong shocks Bai when she uses her next attack, which Bai recognizes as the Flora's spirit communication technique. Tang explains that the Sky River Core cultivators at the False Core Realm have fighting power that is much greater than that of downstream cultivators. Bai is trapped inside her attack and suffers severe damage from her relentless power. What she said doesn't give her any advantage in a battle against him. He uses his own power to create some space and exclaims this. His attack not only captures her, but it manages to break through her root prison. He proclaims that there is nowhere she can hide from his eyes of the law, which is particularly effective against their crimes. Despite taking massive damage from his attack, she is still not defeated. Tong points out that although Bai has a tough physical body and strange techniques, he will not be able to beat her just because he cultivates both body and mind. Bai uses his weaponized Flora attack to instantly. Tong was amazed that it was also a Flora technique. She requested aid from the mother tree, giving her a massive advantage. But Bai was somehow still able to push it back. She was able to draw upon the evil tree's power, impressing him. He confidently revealed that his might came from the heavenly path. His massive burst of power gave him the upper hand, leaving Tong completely confused as to why their Sky River Court's Flora heirloom was lending its power. As he expounded on it, Bai gave her a stern look. Although Lane is in control of it, the fact that it isn't lending him power is bewildering to him. She wonders how an individual who goes against the grain can exist in the river-defying sector. She points out that he is so young, yet his battle experience is not inferior to hers, and he even has methods that can restrain her. She is enraged by the repeated humiliation by downstream trash and explains she can no longer accept it. The power inside her grows and she unleashes a powerful force. A true dragon's Lick battles with Lixio, as Lixio explains that although the river-defying sector managed to destroy the array, their Foundation establishment forces had to pay a terrible price for it. He is shocked to notice something happening in your tongue. Bai is stunned to see Tong sacrificing her false core when he looks back at the fight and sees the serious damage he has taken. She begins to prepare an immense attack and tells Bai that she will let him experience the power of a true dragon's lick. Bai's success in his attack reveals that she is a true upstream soldier. She is determined to show all terminal stream cultivators the Sky River Court's most oppressive secret technique. Tong then uses the tree soldier arts and manages to capture Bai. She explains that the scope of this technique includes the amplification of one's power to the level of a nascent soul cultivator. Tong's declaration that it is now time for Bai to die makes the attack more fearsome. She charges her attack for a moment before unleashing it on him. Just as he tries to succeed in his attack, Bai reveals a true upstream soldier. Tong claims victory, but is surprised to find that Bai has not been defeated. He uses his powerful force to push her attack away, causing waves throughout the area. Bai says that since Tong is trying to kill him using all her power, even if it means destroying her own body, he will also use a secret technique to defeat her. The absurd amount of water that has covered the area is completely overwhelming. From afar, it was visible that Li's masterful use of bias control to attack Tong and send her flying into the air caused destruction. The presence of a massive cloud formation indicated the presence of Bai's demon beast, which hadn't been seen in a while. Everyone watched with amazement, and Hansen was in awe of the improvement that Bai had made. Li Yuan Taiyang was also surprised that a mere bone spur could cause such destruction. The unstable weather and giant beast hiding in the clouds amazes Chen. He explains that once Bai is able to summon a complete beast claw, the entire eastern ley line will be shaken. Li and his opponent continue their fight, but Tong is in great trouble and calls out to her comrade from the Sky River Court. With the quick emergence of the claw, Bai uses his wetland kingdom in an attempt to end Tong's life. The attack is devastating. The entire area was destroyed in moments and Tong's comrade rushed to her side. He commanded some other cultivators to do whatever it took to hold back Li, even if it meant sacrificing their own lives. Tong was aware of the situation and told Bai to go ahead and kill her. But Bai told her not to be impatient, since eventually a blood debt must be repaid in blood and it was time to exchange a life for a life. Bai was about to attack. Like Kisu arrives just in time to witness the enormous amount of damage that Tang has taken. He tells her that her body is completely shattered and her foundation is destroyed. It's clear that she is relying on the mother tree's vitality to remain alive. He ends her life and asks that she go in peace as she completely disintegrates into the wind. Lixa tells Bai that Tong has been stopped. Bai says that if he were to die here his cultivation partner would be gone forever, and this thought makes him incredibly sad and angry. However, he states that what is even more unforgivable is that a lowly cultivator from the downstream foundation would dare humiliate their Sky River Court. Lixia then unleashes a powerful attack, proving that he will be an incredibly powerful adversary. Bai does well to stop it with his cauldron, but that doesn't last very long and he is soon overpowered. Bai is severely injured and can hardly move. He quickly realizes that if he were to die here, his cultivation partner would be left alone. Li Shu's confidence begins to show as he questions how a firefly's light can contend with the radiance of a bright moon. He realizes that the only way to stay alive is to fight. He quickly counters with his Azura body that cannot die. Thank you for watching.